Hi, I'm Kelly Moore for TNE Distributing here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. And we're here to talk about the 800 series wheel loaders. There's three models, the 820, 825, and 830. Our featured machine today to talk about will be the 830. Looking at all three models, the 820 will go about 7.5 miles an hour. It's got a Kubota 722 diesel, smaller block diesel, but it reaches 20 horsepower. Will lift about 1,540 pounds. The next size, the 25, you get into 7.5 mile an hour, Kubota 1105 engine at 25 horsepower, and will lift about 1,873 pounds. And then into this, the 830D Carbon, you've got a bigger block Kubota engine, which is known as the Model 1305, still at 25 horsepower, and having the highest amount of torque possible out of the Kubota engine, and it will lift 2,100 pounds. The telescopic boom is built into the system with a hydraulic cylinder that literally extends the boom all the way out. Normal working position for digging, you keep it in the inward position the way you see it here, but otherwise when you've got that load on the bucket or grapple or a fork, you're able to raise it up and from the operator's seat extend the telescopic boom as much as 117 inches of height. So a terrific amount of lifting height for dumping into trucks, trailers, stacking material, whatever the case is. A lot of high lift for a fairly small compact wheel loader like this 800 series cast loader. There's two important things to remember on these and any articulated loader is that the boom capacity, max capacity, such as this unit at 2,100 pounds, is with the boom all the way in and the loader operating in a straight position. As you start turning, articulating the loader with its steering, by nature of the machine, the load capacity goes downward. Doesn't make a difference what brand it is, it's just the nature, you do lose capacity. But your max capacity, 2,100 pounds here, is straight on and with the boom in. As you're extending the boom out in that functioning to get more extension of lift and reach, you do lower your capacity. That has to be remembered by the operator. Now, all the 800 series are a conventional cab rear seat machine. The operator is in the rear section, the articulation for steering is in the middle, and you've got your front end of the chassis for the front end steering. The tires, of course, it's a four-wheel drive machine steered by articulated steering. These are a 26 by 12 by 12 track master tire. You can see the tread, very nice wide width for traction, flotation, very good in mud and soft conditions and snow, and will work on turf conditions as well. The front end of the loader, of course, you have your various hydraulic functions. Your auxiliary hydraulics here are for plugging in lines that would be on a given attachment. A grapple fork, as an example. The quick attach is called a universal mini quick attach, which is very common on smaller size wheel loaders of this nature for engaging, locking the pins quickly, working with the attachment, dropping the attachment, unlocking the pins, backing away, and going into the second type, third type attachment, and so on. Very fast, quick attachability with the universal mini system that's on here. On the very front end of the cab, rubber isolation. Dual on the front, two on the back, as I mentioned earlier. Just more comfort, quiet, reduces vibration to the operator in the cab. You've got your fuel fill right here. Convenient ground lever for filling for fuel. You've got hardline bulkhead fittings as part of all the front hydraulics here with the lift arm. There's shorter sections of hose, so in the event down the road that a hose would have to get replaced, you're not replacing an entire big section of it. It's going to be a smaller piece. Very neat, clean, well isolated with rubber mounting blocks as they have them here on the back side of the machine. With the boom in that up position, you can see the very front end of the lift mechanism, a very clean, well-protected area. There's no exposed hoses or wiring or anything of that nature. It's all covered with metal and in very good position there to avoid any problems. On the front end of the chassis here, you've got the lighting. These are some very nice, strong LED lights for lighting the work site, working at night. As we look at the rear of the loader of this 800 series cast loader, a few things on the cab. This is a 4-point rubber isolated cab. So comfort, less vibration, and it's all benefit to the operator, all built into the cab design. The rear window, the way you see it here, is sealed nice and tight when needs to be in the cold weather. Otherwise, for ventilation, a quick flip of the lever on the inside by the operator moves it outward, and you've got a lot of nice space here for open ventilation. And then further to the back end of the machine is the large rear counterweight. This is a 440-pound counterweight, adds to that additional lift capacity that it reaches, that 2,100 pounds of lift. On this particular machine, the left-hand side is a red switch with a handle you see here, readily removable. You turn it, pull it out. This is known as a dead man switch or total electric disconnect or vandalism protection. At the end of the workday, the machine is shut down, locked up, but take this along because the machine is totally disabled for electrics. Very good, simple working system and protects it. Further into the machine itself, this is equipped with a very nice deluxe cab enclosure as you see it here. Big, large door, tinted glass, good visibility for the operator all the way around. Big, wide opening door for getting in and sliding in and having very good comfort. Machine operates very simply, very functional with a steering wheel. For driving the unit, pedal down below. A right pedal is your hydrostatic drive forward or hydrostatic drive reverse. The more the operator pushes the pedal, the faster the machine will accelerate. So he uses some good judgment as he's operating the machine, maintaining engine speed, but then also engaging the floor pedal to get the power and traction and performance he needs when he's digging. Nice big open instrument panel telling the operator what is going on in the engine at all times. And then your other main function is right here, your main joystick control. It's an 11 function control that is primarily for your lift and lower of the lift arm, as well as running 2 buttons for telescoping the boom out and bringing the boom back in. Very easy, very intuitive, nice functioning on this cast loader. Additional features and comfort adders into the cast loader is the tilt wheel. Simple lever in the front, bottom part here, rotate the wheel up and down, get it to the comfort and position you want it at, let go, it's locked and ready for operating. Naturally, for getting in and out, put it in the up position, gives you a little more clearance here. Your seat is a suspension, fully adjustable seat, and it's heated on top of that. Got the ability of moving it forward to the size of the operator, getting the comfort level just right. And then there's armrests built in. Left armrest, right armrest. And they're adjustable. You can raise the height and lower it as well, again, for the comfort, for the size of the operator in driving this cast machine. Further to the inside of the cab here on the cast 800 series wheel loader, you're looking at the right side console control panel. Ignition switch, lights, horn up on the front console here on the right hand side, easily, readily available. Your master joystick control for your lift and lower function. Your tipping function as far as the auxiliary in the front. You've got a continuous flow or you've got intermittent as far as your auxiliary hydraulics on the front end of the machine. 2 buttons that will function your flow one direction or the reverse direction using your thumb. 2 buttons on the inside, run your telescopic boom. As the boom naturally is up in the air, you're reaching forward, you're pushing 1 button to get that boom to go out intermittently as you want it to, or full extension, or bringing it back in with the reverse button. Down below, we've got a anti-slip control. Holding the button in when there's the real need for a lot of slippage, real slippery conditions or so, maybe in snow, greasy mud conditions, the button is held down. You have full locked-in 4-wheel drive with all 4 wheels as needed for that work. You've got a 2-pump position, single stage or a second stage. You have your front plug. There's an electrical plug outlet in the front that's controlled right here. And then the heated seat. That comfort suspension seat is controlled right here on for getting that heat warmed up real nicely during the winter. When you don't need it, it's simply shut off and not used until you need it again. You have a 12-volt outlet. So if you're having a plug-in for your cell phone, maybe an auxiliary light, maybe a beacon light, you're easily able to plug it in right there and get your 12 volt of power plugged right in that area. And then for cab comfort, you have your dual control here for the operator fan, multi-position fan for airflow, and then temperature control for the heat here in the cab on this 800 series. In the way of service and maintenance here on the cast 800 series loader, fairly simple. Depending on what you're needing to do that day, first off, there's a panel on the left side you see there. A few cap screws removed, the whole steel panel comes off when you need to have left side access only. Otherwise, inside for your normal checking of oil and so on, you take the seat, disconnect it quickly, slide it forward, take it out of the unit. A couple of cap screws here are pulled out, and then this whole panel raises up, goes in an up position, holds in place, and then you have full access to get down into the engine, checking oil, checking anything across the top part of the engine for your regular maintenance duties. In operating this cast 800 series during the heat of the summer, you got the ability of taking the doors off. The back window opens very nicely, but for the side doors, literally have it disconnected, grab a hole, lift it up right off the hinges, put it away for summer storage. You got nice open full ventilation and operating the machine all summer long. So there you have the cast 800 series compact wheel loader. One model that suit you and your jobs just right. For more information, contact TNEdistributing.com. Thanks for watching.